Well, good morning, everybody. I am Robert Lee with the MacNSeitz Black team. This is the MacNSeitz Black 15U YouTube channel. We are playing in the Super 15 out of the Kansas City metro area today. This will continue pool play. We had a doubleheader up yesterday. We've got one game today and another game tomorrow at 10 a.m. You can see the umpire meeting transpiring here just before you on your screen. And so they kind of go over any of those unique things with each of the fields and kind of like their general expectation and how they're going to call the game. And so we are excited for a good matchup today facing the Missouri Bulls. So not too familiar with them, an out-of-town team. And, obviously we can go back into Game Changer and find a number of different things. But we try not to worry ourselves too much with that. We just want to play our game and all of that. Josh took off with my Missouri roster. I needed that.
I'll see if I can find him.
Yeah, when he comes back around, we'll have to get that. So, but anyway, nevertheless, I wanted to go over and talk to you guys and let you know who is in our starting lineup today for MacNSeitz Black. Of course, one of the things that we're always waiting on at the umpires meeting and the coaches meeting that's happening right there before you on the screen is that pivotal coin flip, and I've got Kevin Townsend here with me today. We haven't fared too well on that.
No, we have not. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. But no, we have not. I think we've got one official coin flip win in all of them so far this season.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's we got to talk to Coach Sawyer about that and see if he's calling heads or tails or what's going on. But we definitely have kind of come away with that being that away billing versus having that home advantage. And so regardless of the fact that we're a Greater Kansas City Metro team, just to make tournaments fair, that's what they do is they flip a coin, and that determines who's going to be home or away. And that's once the pool seeding is kind of set and you go into bracket play. Then bracket play, you have the seeding, and the higher seed will have that home advantage. And so that's typically how that kind of goes down. And we are still waiting for the coaches as they do their handshakes. And Coach Sawyer will head back over to the dugout.
We are hitting.
So you hear a cheer from the Missouri Bulls, and they got that home advantage. So it is what it is. But starting off today in our lineup, leading off, as we've seen oftentimes here in most recent games, number 4, Alex Kilman, followed by number 27, Tucker Lee. Hitting in that 3-hole is number 1, Cooper Harvath. Batting cleanup today, number 36, Calder Boston Townsend. And then number 5, Brooks Carr, followed by number 13, Ryder Votaw. And number 10, Sebastian Wingrove. And number 44, Cooper McCowan. And number 15, Miles Vaughn. And number 10, batting 10th in the lineup, so we have a DH and an EH today. But batting 10th in the lineup today is number 7, Harrison Perkins. So you can see the Missouri Bulls just took the field. And our boys are getting their helmets on and getting prepared to get us started here in top of the first.
I'll definitely be jumping in and out a little bit. I'm still trying to get some video for the boys here when we're swinging. The cameras do a great job of getting the fielding coverage, but I know the guys like to see their swing afterwards and understand their approaches. So trying to get as many of those at-bats for the guys as I can.
100%, and that's what's great about watching a streaming video versus like watching kind of more of that instructional, informational type of thing, and having that high frame rate and having really good detailed kind of breaking that swing down or breaking that pitch down, looking at your mechanics and all that. Super helpful to do, and I know all the boys really enjoy seeing those. Oftentimes they're even posting that stuff on their TikToks and other social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know your guy's probably just like mine, where he's scrubbing back and forth, and that 3 or 4 key frames in the swing there. He's looking for the fractions of a second here, so it's kind of crazy the level of detail they're looking in, and they're like, oh, yep, I struck out, but I'm okay with that. That was a good swing. The sort of post-analysis and being okay with what they did or not.
Well, yeah, I'll go over and review the Missouri Bulls lineup. They were kind enough to share that with us. And so leading off for the Bulls is going to be Lowry, followed by Lawson. Hitting in that 3-hole is Miller, and then Cowley batting cleanup. Pedigo, batting number 5, and he's followed by Yount and Gusta, Osh, and Self, and Bryant. And so it looks like Osh is getting the, and I apologize if I'm saying that one wrong. It's a very unique spelling, O-E-S-C-H, and he is drawing the start for the Bulls today. Can't quite see that number. It looks like that might be number 49, Bryant, behind the dish for the Bulls. And so as you might see on your screen there, we've got Alex Kilman stepping into the box. So first pitch starts off with a ball, and Kilman always showing good patience here to start. Have seen him swing early at times, but not too often. Ball in play, this one right over to third, and an easy throw over to first for out number one. So some good efficiency for Ocean. That's going to bring up a lefty, number 27, Tucker Lee. First pitch and a single for Lee. Oh, it's going to stretch that out into a double as the left fielder with a fielding error is not able to hold on to that ball. So a great hit and some heads-up base running will move him over to second, and that's going to give Cooper Harvoth his first AB with a runner on and in scoring position. So Lee taking that last pitch, oppo, over the outside of the plate, and that's one of the things that we talk about pretty often is you got to take what's given to you, and being able to do a good piece of hitting right there. Ball in play, this one over to short, and they go after that lead runner. Looks like 27 is in a pickle, and he's not going to be able to get out of this one. So the Bulls go after that lead runner. He gets caught out in no man's land, but Harvoth able to do some heads-up base running, and he was standing over on second. I can't believe he went back to first. So Harvoth will reach on a fielder's choice, and that'll be two down for the Bulls. Beautiful day today. Sun is shining, clear skies, very much in contrast of yesterday. As rain delay after rain delay after rain delay. Our boys showed up to the fields about, I want to say it was about 10 a.m., and we didn't leave until just after 9. So definitely a long day at the fields. We played one game and then had a game in between our second game. Harvoth takes the lead over there at first. And this one hits Boston Townsend. So a hit by pitch, that'll put two on for MacNSeitz. That'll bring up number 5, Brooks Carr. And so while it's great to see the sun back out again, with the sun also comes the heat. And we're going to have a hot, humid one today. Good lead over at first, modest at second. And a strike call there. Felt like that one might have been just a bit high, but we're still learning that strike zone. And so as we are with every game, every umpire has just a slightly different strike zone. And so all we look for is consistency and being able to play some good baseball. That one missing outside. And Carr fouls that one out of play, left side. Runners return to base. And Osh all set to go up there on the hill. He's, of course, working from the stride. And Carr looking relaxed in the box. That characteristic kind of upright stance. Keeping his hands in close to the body. Swing and a miss. And Carr goes down swinging. That'll do it for MacNSeitz in top of the first. Not a bad inning. Leave a couple stranded, which is always frustrating. Lee with a nice hit, and so no hitter goes away for the Bulls, of course, here early. And our boys are now taking the field. We'll go over positions as everyone lines out and gets there. Everybody's hustling out to the field, which is nice. Of course, we have Zane Valdez starting up there on the bump for MacNSeitz today. Working behind the dish, Boston Townsend. And then looking at the infield, looks like we've got Cooper Harvoth playing third, Ryder Votaw playing short. And that's number 10, Sebastian Wingrove over there at second. And maybe one of the first times this year, we've got number 4 over there working first base. That's Alex Kilman.
Yeah, word is he played a lot of first for high school baseball this year. So plays for Blue Valley, pretty stacked team. They've got lots of high quality players at all the positions, and so to get some playing time, he started to adopt a new position at first and been working out at it quite a bit, I guess.
Tuck and I have talked about that pretty often, and any day that you get to play out in the field is a good day. So the more positions you can play makes for more good days, and so I think it's fantastic to see guys that are athletic enough to adopt a new position and go out there and perform and do well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like there's a handful of guys that they don't want to stop. And playing in the game at any position keeps them in the flow of the game, right? I think you're coming in off the bench. It can be really hard to get in and get to work right away if, like you did a lot of work yesterday. So put me in at 1 or 2 innings in one of the positions. Let me get a feel for the flow of the game. A lot easier for me to come in the clutch situation when I'm needed if I've got a sense for what the pulse of the game is like.
100%. And now looks like warm-ups have commenced and are all wrapped up. Rounding out our outfield is going to be number 27, Tucker Lee in left. Harrison Perkins playing center. And then looks like Cooper McCowan out there in right field.
So far this season, Zane's been able to command the zone really well, been able to locate his pitches pretty consistently. There were a couple outings where we saw him literally hit the same spot 3 or 4 times in a row, just trying to figure out, by how slim of a margin he was missing the zone.
Definitely in control. He's one of the stronger arms on the team as well. A good pitch right there will even up the count now 1-1. And he's definitely been one of the more consistent guys. Now leading off for the Bulls is Lowry. A little foul tip, man, right off the face mask for Townsend.
Checking his neck there, I can see, just trying to get the cobwebs cleared. It's funny, like catcher's gear, you don't think a whole lot about it till you have a catcher. You just kind of take it for granted. You see everybody doing different things. The mask that he's got there, the newer one, has way more impact protection from the front, but they don't allow it in high school baseball in Kansas because it doesn't have as much protection from the side of the head. So in club ball, he's allowed to wear it, but in high school ball, he's not.
Isn't that interesting? It's so many different preferences and so many schools of thought. Of course, state of Kansas looking to protect kids, right? And so if there's any degree of additional protection, that's something that they're looking for. And so you can kind of see that. But, man, from a utility perspective, the places that you're most often gonna have sustained contact is right there on the front.
Yeah, and honestly, I gotta say, it's one of those ones that a lot of pros use. It's got the springs on the side to really absorb that impact. As a parent, I'm thankful for it.
Well, and Valdez misses just outside. A good AB by Lowry. He's able to draw that walk, and the Missouri Bulls have their first base runner.
Again, you can see Townsend taking a second to talk to the ump to try to understand the zone. It's like, how much did I miss by there? What can we do?
Always a good thing every time you're learning that new zone, and every game is an opportunity to learn that new zone. Now up for the Bulls is Lawson. He attempts to bunt, and a back pick. Oh, the tag is just high. Man, the great throw by Townsend, perfect spot. And as Kilman sweeps back to his left across his body, that glove just a bit high. Would have had him. So fantastic. And I think really importantly here, the Bulls looking to get on the board early and move some runners, attempting a bunt right there.
Yeah, it gives you a sense for their play, and you get a sense for a sense that they like the confidence in their lineup, right? They trust the hitters that are coming up to do the job.
Style of play.